And this is the Christmas lights for 2020. So already the arches have been packed away. We have the controller box up in the bushes over that way. And the spiral stars that were going along the path have also been taken away. However, this is really the only thing new for this year. And that was some new icicle lights in the tree. So these are Railway's pea stake icicles. So designed to be as pea stakes, where we have 7 per drop, the large spacing between. Although in my case I have ended up tying up spacing. The update to this conduit box down here. There's corrosion on there already. Anyway, so these are new, these floodlights. These are also Railway's 10-watt floodlights. Inside this conduit box we have a Falcon 4-port smart differential receiver and the Ethernet cable coming down from it, down to it. The 4 outputs on there, which are all going 1, 2, 3, 4 across. That's also where the extension cable going to these ones in the tree. So smart differential receiver board in there, and it has the power coming in as well, and then way at the far end coiled up is 2 lines of speakers that go all the way up. So that makes it very nice and neat. There was supposed to be, I did buy them, although I didn't get around to putting them up because I didn't have enough fuses in the end, and it turned to Christmas Eve when I got everything finished. I have some Railway icicles, so 3 sets that will be going above here to replace these static ones. The conduit around the edges for these lights, that will be perfectly fine. There is again the same seed lights coming around, a voltage regulator in that container. I did also buy my Railway orders some small little sort of wee disc lights with 50/50 LED, 50/50 package SMD LEDs on it. They're about the right size to retrofit into these. They will not be as bright. I'm expecting it to be like half a watt for the total board, versus these are 3 watts. So those will probably be used in the garden, the small accents. New for this year, and the fact that I cycle things round, is I put these small spiral trees, and they went down around the path. I'll spoil it now, but in 2021, putting some new seed pixels into these. So these already are sort of like a mesh with small little seed lights in them. So I'd like to buy the seed light pixels, and those will easily fit in there. These small candy canes did have lights in them, but the lights were so creative, taken them out and just scared them around as something for daytime. Same as last year, the wreath with its seed lights and standard fairy lights on here. 3 volts in these voltage regulators. This has been put up here because we had heavy rainstorms, so it's just out of the way. This is my nice new little board that I made. So this does the small reindeer behind me, and the wreath, and the spiral tree. And then the other small one here, solar extension, is for the AC of the other reindeer. That small reindeer at 3 volt seed lights is on here. That's what I did a little while ago to retrofit from the incandescent lights on it. And here's my AC 24 volt lights. This is the only thing that requires its own transformer. Still works, it does, for the DIA motor. DIA motor is the reference to, a little synchronous motor. These are replaceable LEDs. I haven't had to replace any yet. Same as last year, although I have got another 2 strands I think that weren't working. And at the top again, I have little voltage regulators and the connectors up there. And then 12 volts on the star. So originally this box, number 3, was just behind the right arch, right when you're looking from the road, the right arch. And then there'll be 1 power cord that was going out to the other arch, and then 1 came back for this spotlight. And the power of these were going up around the side. Here is where the conduit comes out for the letterbox, down the bottom. So this has the Ethernet coming through, and because I didn't get enough wire in time, because I literally set up on Christmas Eve it came to, this one and these two are power. So at each end here at the power supply on the other end, I just paralleled them all up to effectively get a thicker gauge wire. And then these red wires right here going to the bundle is for the speaker wires, but they never went inside because I never put speakers out. Once again, my nice PDL56 series outlet. And here is power supplies. Same power supply as last year, which is one I've sort of meshed together. It is from a computer power supply and a 31 volt power supply. Underneath is another computer power supply which is doing just down the letterbox on its conduit here. A standard 6 outlet relay, so 6 outlet plug board. And we have the orangey one going towards that box doing the arches, the yellow one going up to the roof lamp, and I have this wee relay here getting 5 volts from inside and effectively switching on the power towards outside. The black plug back there is the reindeer, that 24 volt AC one, and this white one here is the 90 degree plug going into the power supplies down here, and the power supply from here, the other one underneath is daisy chained out from here. So inside there is 3 Ethernets. The black one is for the roof line differential, blue one is for the arches, light blue, and dark blue goes in the conduit letterbox one. And here we have that USB cord for the relay. It is a mess of cobwebs up there, but there's same box as last year, the same power supply and actually in the roof line. Same method as last year for the roof line with clamps holding the conduit, although this year I trimmed them slightly so I could use 90 degree bends on there just to make it look a bit neater. Right. So here's the reef, and I used this arm which I got very cheaply, and behind that arm is where the cable goes and over the top for the hook of the door. On the back side of the door we have the cable coming from behind that arm, and then at each where the pins are for the door I have a small little bit of copper wire I used, and it hooks around the top of the pin and around the cable, and it keeps the cable nice and neat going all the way down, and then that goes outside and then using some blue tack to keep it around the doorstep nice and neat. And this does keep the cable out of the way of the hinge mechanism, so as I'm opening and closing the front door it doesn't hinder the movement.